Next.
They really had your number out there tonight, and it wasn't even close. What happened?
I didn't have any help, that's what happened. They were focused on locking me down all night, and when no one else steps up and fills that void, of course we're gonna get blown out. Coach got a lot of work to do if he wants to fix this before next game. So get to it, Coach.
I saw your longtime girlfriend, Yvette Mendenhall, was in attendance at the game today. So when you gonna get her a ring?
Okay, wow. We turning this press conference into an episode of As the Freak Turns or something, because I know you didn't just go from talking basketball to asking me when I'm gonna propose to the most beautiful girl in the world. Hi, baby. I know you're listening, Yvette. So let's just say that she knows exactly where we stand, and the rest ain't none of your business. All right? That's it for tonight, y'all. Thank you.
Lead the way.
Rangers lead the way. Phil, you don't need headphones, do you?
No, I'm good. I've heard this game so much, I could probably do the sound effects for you without you having to listen.
Today,
Would you mind
I'm
doing that?
Ernie Johnson, coming
Hello,
to you live
everybody.
inside Shack.
Welcome back. I've got Kenny the Jet Smith under the table right now sucking my cock. Shaquille O'Neal is right here with me.
Well,
He's
you
got
can
his pants
call
down, too.
you can call Shaq and I the Twin Towers, because Kenny the Jet Smith sure rammed us earlier. Anyway,
Oh my.
anyway,
Anyway,
excited
how
to
are you
play.
feeling, Tom?
The entire crew in the background's like, oh.
yeah, because they think it's hot. That's why they're like, oh,
Yeah, they're both just rock.
Oladipo.
Tom Freak is throwing the ball to Oladipo.
Tom
We'll know
Freak.
when that ends.
Oh, I had a perfect.
You
look at
aggressively passed the pass, yeah.
Here, right here, Oladipo.
I'll tell you what, Logan, this is
Vucevic.
not going to end well.
Who's a bitch, more like today.
Got him. Got him.
All right, this is gonna be perfect. So you played this, you got 28 points, and it froze.
It did. It sure did. Yeah. Had the game of my life. Was feeling real hot and sexy out there.
We didn't even record it,
No.
so it could
Wait,
not
is this
happen.
the same game that froze for you?
Yes.
It is. And
If it freezes again, we're gonna have to sim it.
Seymour just got absolutely obliterated.
What's his last name? Butts?
Yeah, no, that's his first name, Seymour.
Oh, I thought his last name was Butts.
His first name could be Butts. Butts
Oh
Seymour.
well, that's unfortunate. I clicked that button too fast. You know what? We're gonna. It's like we're starting over.
Yeah, really a fresh start is all that we
Freak,
need
he's
here.
just like, wipe the board. New score, starting over.
0-0.
All right.
Well, I tell you what, Carlisle, I think that
Coraline?
I think that throwing skill was not very good on Freak's part. Freak is doing terrible today.
We don't need that, Kenny. We don't need it at all. That's a great shot.
Thank you.
I just
Oh,
like-
dance.
Just one, it's one shot.
I just really like the idea of the announcers giving each other different names as they're like doing the show.
That is what they do all the time. If you watch the NBA, that's what they do in the WNBA, because they know no one knows the names, so they just change them.
The players' names too.
Oh, it looks like Sexy's up to bat.
Is that Tiger Woods with the dunk? Incredible work.
You know, I saw somebody suggest my idea for the WNBA wearing less, and somebody called them out for being sexist.
Wait, who suggests? Wait, what do you mean?
It was somebody on TikTok.
To what, like an WNBA executive? They're like,
No, like they just pitched it on TikTok. They were
they
like,
put together like a PowerPoint presentation with statistics and graphs, and it's
no, seriously. Everybody complains about how little the WNBA makes. Look, just take off their clothes.
Hey, that's your
He
idea.
was
They
saying
stole
make
it
them
from me.
topless. I didn't say that. I said sports bras. So I guess I'm a little more progressive.
I think you're a bit more conservative, honestly, is what that is.
That's the Trump in me.
But how is that sexist when, like, for so many years, women would literally get beaten to death if they wore, like, pants?
Yeah, I know. I was there doing it. And now I can't even do that anymore. What am I supposed to do now?
I don't know how to beat women anymore.
Or what about, like,
Domestic abuse.
what about in other countries where, like, a woman shows a little bit of her wrist and she gets stoned? Like,
Yeah,
how
like
come...
England. Oh, sorry.
How come in America we're not allowed now to, like, show our skin, or people say it's sexist?
Well, you are. It's just only if it's for lesbians, anyone else on the LGBTQ scale, or not men. Then you can show your skin.
Then it's fine. I wouldn't worry about it then.
But if you show it for any man ever, that's the male gaze, and like you might as well off yourself.
Apparently. That's why I get annoyed when people say it's, like, sexist. Like, no.
Sexy, more like.
Women can show their body if they want. Like, it's not...
Men too.
Yeah, and could it be an option in the WNBA where they could wear less if they wanted to?
And you're paid less if you don't. Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Because, like, I bet some of the girls would take that option and be like, yeah, I'd love to do this in a sports bra. It would be fun. But they don't get that option.
No, they don't. I think the problem, too, is that they go for the wrong clientele with the WNBA. In terms of,
like other women, you mean?
No, like what I mean by that is that almost everybody is, like, very much on one side of the aisle. And very much like the I don't know, the stereotype joke of, like, modern feminism and not, like, actual feminism.
Sure.
Like, if you watch, like, a lot of the interviews with the WNBA, it's all, like... It's basically, very pro-left. Would be, like, putting it mildly.
So what if... Hear me out on this.
We get Trump.
Maybe that's why they don't make enough money.
What if you've got two options now? You've got either your option or I've got a second option. So... To give you a little bit of a background to my theory here, baseball really started to get interesting.
Why did we run it out of bounds?
When everyone started hitting home runs at a pretty insane pace.
Right, so like metal bats.
Bonds, Sosa, McGuire started pumping some juice into their arms.
Oh, so you're saying
What if we give women steroids?
But then they won't look as good, and I don't want to see them topless. But that was a joke. They won't look good still. I like buff women. I'm not intimidated by buff women.
But
other men on the good old TikTok would disagree with you, though. They'd say that they look too manly.
Well, they're not taking... this is going to sound bad. They're not taking testosterone, Jill. They're just taking a performance enhancer.
Correct.
Yeah, but still, it's going to make them very muscly and buff. And a lot of men who aren't super secure with their own way they look get really upset when
Call me fat.
when women look a little bit too buff. Because they're like, oh, it's too masculine. They don't look very hot.
Well, it just depends.
Ready for sex.
It just depends. I don't know. Like, look, people are only worth their attraction, like how attractive I find them.
That's
off.
absolutely the
Oh, no!
the only way to go.
Carl Westbrook.
Carl.
Freak's still learning the names.
He's such a douche.
Hey, Gordon.
He calls his coach the wrong name too. Listen, Bill, it's Trent. I mean, it's not even close.
I don't care, Carl.
Ladies, you have a badge too. Oh, you're cooking.
Yeah, dude, I can't do too well, otherwise they'll freeze.
No, of course. And you know what? I think the real issue is there needs to be some drama and some spice to the WNBA. Like, for example,
If you do that, like the WWE stuff, it would work.
it would work for sure. Because look at like the NBA. The trade deadline is a huge deal. The offseason is still a big deal, even though no games are happening. Every single game is talked about the next day after
talking about the NBA, right?
The NBA, yeah.
Okay.
The WNBA, they have none of that because there's no spice and zest.
I was
We
going to
need
say,
spice.
who are you talking about?
They need to have a good little scrap here and there. There needs to be some more drama. Some more. It's just too mellow. There's not enough. There's not enough of a pulse going on in the league
I have
right
an
now.
idea.
Yeah.
You know, they'd get more dunks and stuff if they just lowered the basket a little bit, so like the audience didn't notice
I
it
think
was
it
lowered.
is a little lower.
No, it's the same.
Oh, really? I guess I'm just stupid.
Yeah, if they lowered it a little bit so that the audience didn't notice it and they didn't really tell anybody, but the women.
They don't tell anybody. No one's going to know.
Yeah.
It's on the ground.
It's like it's
But
soccer
then the
goal.
women would be able to do more dunks, you know, and
Oh,
it'd be
no.
more interesting.
I'm bad at defense. It's just a soccer goal. Goalposts are up. It's floor hockey.
I'm just saying, if there's a
They're just throwing
difference,
fastballs into it. 3 points. Nice.
if there's a difference in the average height of the team,
Which there is.
then it's only fair to difference the average height of the net.
That's
Yeah.
actually a good point. I actually agree with that. Do you agree with that?
What was the point?
The point was that Jill said women are less capable of everything in life.
No, I didn't.
So, oh, sorry. No, Jill said
It's a bold stance, but I mean, it's your opinion.
an insane stance to take, but, you know, it's kind of like when
I didn't.
it's like when a black person is like pro-white and anti-black and people call them that one animal. Actually, that's just a term people throw around whenever someone doesn't agree with them wholeheartedly now, but Jill's that, but for women.
No.
A traitor.
I did
You
not
are a
say that.
traitor.
No, what
What's your
Jill,
respect?
what Jill actually said was that women are on average much shorter. So why not bring the hoop down like 6 inches, and you'll see more dunks.
You would, yeah.
The thing is, it's not like a deficiency. You're not like saying, oh, well, they get it easier.
No, you wouldn't hike the men's one up 3 more feet.
No, like
No.
you're pretty much putting it at the same level as how it would be for the men's. Like, let's say if a man is 6 feet, you know, on average, that's the height for the NBA, let's say, and the basket is usually, like, let's say 3 feet above that. Well, wouldn't it make sense for if the women are, let's say, like 5 feet on average, to put the basket 3 feet above that instead of an entire foot above that?
I still think we can combine ideas. All 3 of these sound
I mean,
good.
not an entire foot, sorry, like,
Steroids?
you know, an entire thing.
Steroids, sports bras, and a slightly lower basket by like 6 inches.
Imagine a lower basket with steroids. Gnarly! You're doing some crazy
the
things.
backboard would be broken all the time. People would watch it like women's fighting.
Gosh,
I was just saying, like, it could be, like, on the same height, like,
Everyone knows what you're saying. We agree.
inequality, you know?
Yeah, it's like proportional.
Well, I was just trying to, like, make it sound better because I messed up my words and then somebody started joking and I wanted to, like...
Are we not allowed to joke?
I wanted to fix what I said, but then you guys were, like, talking about buttholes or whatever, and I was like,
yeah,
you guys
sorry
just
about
get
Well,
it
with
wrong.
how like angry you are, I'm surprised Biden getting COVID again isn't like your focus today.
He deserved it.
Since we have like anger issues
deserved
over here. Somebody made a joke. What is this, a college campus? I can't believe Bill Burr like dared to set foot here.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get Jordan Peterson.
Maybe I'm being sexist right now. He never let me speak.
Yeah,
Literally, I don't let T speak either.
I did. Yeah, I got to my
That's
word quota
because
for the
T's a
day.
woman.
Okay, now you're
You
sexist.
didn't have to out me, but that's fine.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last match was caught behind the basket with the mascot going to town. Didn't know he was a furry, but now that we know, I don't know. Does he count as a protected class? You tell me.
What if in the middle of the game, you know, like that 3-second paint rule where you can't be on the paint for 3 seconds? Well, what if he went under the other team's basket where they're like, you know, trying to shoot it, and he put his head in it, and he like just like hung off of the basket so he wasn't touching the paint technically.
That's a good point. So you
But-
block the basket.
But if anybody ever threw the ball in, they'd just hit it off his head.
Off his melon, it's
I'm
fine.
pretty sure that's called goaltending.
Or great defense.
No, he's not touching the paint though.
That's a good. So if you can hover, it's fine.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're,
he's like holding on with his arm strength.
you're at an advantage, really. At that
I'm pretty
point.
sure it has to. What is it? It has to not rebound for you to interfere, but it's like if it bounces up and it's above the iron and you hit it while it's like right there, that's goaltending, isn't it? Because I
It's-
got a foul for that the other day.
Yeah, it's essentially so once they shoot, once the ball is no longer going up and it starts to come back down and you block it, that's goaltending.
Oh man.
You got fouled?
Yeah, because I was not gonna make that, so it's a good thing I got a foul.
That's incredible.
I just grabbed Russell Westbrook's hand. I'm like, boom! Like he see. Whoa, you hit
Come
him.
on, man.
You think Freaks ever just like shoved his finger up somebody's asshole in the middle of the game?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, Oladipo.
Well,
The play won't
yeah,
pass.
Oladipo for sure. Well, I think what I heard is too, and this is what Ernie was saying before the game, is that that Freak has paid for G Wiz to come with them to each and every game.
And whiz on him.
And whiz on him before the game. And it's just kind of a ritual that he's got before the
He
games
thinks it
now.
stands for godlike whiz.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, Vucevic.
That's why Freak has got to the starting lineup so quickly.
G Wiz is actually not able to make it to some Wizards games because of it.
Because of his dedication to Freak and
Yeah.
urine.
He's being paid more by Freak than he is by the NBA.
You know what's really odd is that they don't have a flap where G Wiz can pee out of. So he just kind of pees and then it shakes out of his leg onto Freak. So it's just a really...
No,
They haven't
dude,
figured out
there's
how
a
to really-
catheter. There's a catheter running from his dick through the tail.
That sounds like
So you take a cap off and it just...
It sounds like
And
a
then
lot
Freak
of
stands
rumors.
behind him and just gets peed out.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's like his Gatorade thing.
So he's got... So whenever Freak... Oh! Whenever Freak starts to get tired, he just gets some G Wiz juice and he starts to get going.
Dude, why doesn't the Magic have a mascot? I've never seen him. I play home all the time. He's never here. Look at this. Look,
Let me look it up.
there's no mascot.
That's the guy right there. The guy with the mop.
Oh, no,
That's a magician.
That's the mascot.
That's a magician.
That's the mascot? Okay, sorry. No, there's nobody here right now.
He's
Nobody.
supposed to be this dragon dude.
Really? He's cool. He looks
he's
like a
cute.
Spyro character.
Stuff the magic dragon. Stuff?
Is that like a drug reference?
Stuff the magic dragon.
Yeah, how come he never shows up?
There's a
'Cause
good chance he
I
will
stuffed
stuff you.
Oladipo's magic dragon.
when we played home games on the Knicks on my profile, we
Oh.
never saw the Knicks mascot either.
Let's
It's like,
look it
is
up.
it just something to do with home games? Like, you don't get to see them?
And that's where they're supposed to be, because whenever we visit another team's home,
They're
we see their
But
mascots.
maybe it's
I looked
not
it up.
when it's your team?
I looked up Knicks mascot. It says, and I quote, this is from NBC Sports, the Knicks don't have a mascot, but they do have Spike Lee. That's what
Really?
they said.
That's hilarious. So they actually don't have a mascot?
No, but they do have Spike Lee.
Are they
though.
talking about 2K16?
No, this is like, he goes to every game in real life. He's a Knicks fan, so he's there every single game.
Yeah,
so
that's
he's
why he
literally their
orders like
mascot.
Knicks thing at the end of the game. Did you remember that?
Are you wanting to try and salvage this?
I'll
We're in,
give it a whirl.
I think we're in 3.
You have 14 points. You're doing good, dude.
Sorry, I'm having a nose issue. Well, I know we're doing okay, but, 3 or... Yeah, we're near the end of 3. We're not
bad.
winning, though.
We're not doing bad.
I'm kind of hesitant. Like, should we not do too good in case it crashes this game again?
It is horrifying.
Do you want to go for assists for
But
a
if
little
it
bit?
works, then we're... Oh, there we go.
I know, but maybe we should go for assists for a little while.
Pass it. Dunk.
Eddie,
Boom!
that's okay. As long as it's not over 25, it seems not to be too big of a deal.
So if we score too much, the game's like, all right.
Yeah, it doesn't want
That's
you to
too
play
much.
anymore.
Sometimes, genuinely, it does. You had 28, you had 6 assists and 4 rebounds, I believe. It was the best game of our career. Froze.
So annoying.
Also, this Peyton guy looks like he's 5.
Got him. Buckets. Oh! I should have thrown him an alley-oop.
Not Durant. Dude, this is
How do we
before
stop
he became
Kevin
Judas.
Durant? Huh?
I just said this is before he became Judas. It's just a weird thing to see.
It really is, dude. He was so likable before then.
He actually was. He didn't seem like a douche. He seemed nice in interviews.
Isn't it sad how much of a downfall of this? He kind of became the less likable Conor McGregor of the entire thing, you know?
That is really sad.
No. No.
Hey, is this supposed to be kind of like a Michael Jordan, like, but he's an alien on your pants?
Are you down on my pants? I'm wearing and one sports shorts.
It like looks
That
like
is
a
on
dude with
brand
a
in
basketball, but he's like growing extra fingers.
You know, speaking of that, Jill just pointed out, or Jill reminded me of this. I thought these were Andy. I didn't know it said and one. I thought it said Andy. And
Tell
then,
me you didn't play sports without telling me you didn't play sports. So this-
and then one time in here, they were like, and he just got an and one. And I looked down at my shorts. I was like,
Wait a second.
oh.
And then the funniest part is I thought they said Andy too.
The funniest part
Who's
is me.
Andy? Are you Woody from Toy Story?
Me approaching 30, finally caring a little bit about sports and starting to get references.
Yeah, now it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's all right. There's way too many things to keep up with. I think it's great.
Too many things to care about.
That's
and
true.
enjoy.
No, that's
You know, if
hilarious.
heaven is real, do you think sports will be in heaven? Because I do.
I do too. Yeah. 'Cause
Would
sports
video
are
games,
good.
though?
That's a good question.
And if they weren't, why would you go?
Right. That's the question.
Wasn't that a white guy who hit him?
It was, yeah.
Well, whiter. That was a hate crime.
Well, the problem with this question is I think that video games would be there because a lot of times God is depicted as somebody who loves art and the things that us humans create. However, some video games depict sinful things, and sin can't exist in heaven, so therefore would it not count because it's a fake video game, or would the sin still count and not allow that specific video game to be up there?
Oh, that's a question for T.
Fake video game.
Theologian.
Theologian.
You're a theologian. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Do you have any philosophical ideas on this?
My degree has nothing to do with theology.
Huh? Didn't you take a Bible course one time?
In high school,
Yeah, dude, you're basically, what's his name? Billy Graham Cracker.
But also, here's the other thing. A lot of people say that
Graham Cracker. Also a racial slur.
a lot of people say that whatever you need for eternal happiness will be there in heaven, and if you need video games for eternal happiness, wouldn't that be there?
So what if I'm like Sean from Assassin's Creed and I'm into the youngins, and the second I'm dying, I renounce my sin, and I show up in heaven? Is God now forced to allow, you know?
Wow.
I don't think so.
Or what if like I just love nuking people? Like I'm the pilot from World War II who had the biggest rager when he dropped the nuke on Hiroshima.
Like he partied after? Is that what you're saying?
No, like a raging boner.
Oh,
and,
I see.
And I need that in heaven, but I'm a Christian.
raging boner?
No.
Because you have to actually be sorry for that, and you're not actually sorry if you're wanting to do it again throughout your entire heaven life.
Well, you're not sorry, but also according to the Bible, if you just ask God in your heart, you're good. So I'm just saying. And I also do want to point out that the leader of Germany had a lot of ties to the church. So what do you do if you get there and he's there?
Oh.
That's going to be a bit of an awkward dinner.
That is a bit of an oopsie. So, what have you been doing?